Hey, on today's show, we're talking week 4 in the NFL. Some college coaches get the boot, and when eating 9,000 calories a day is actually a good thing. Plus, our Beasts and Busters. All that and more on That's What She Said Sports. Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to That's What She Said Sports. This is your sports chick, Nicole, Monique. And first, we want to welcome to all those who listen to us on the podcast. And guess what, B? Welcome to all those who are watching us on Comcast.
Yes.
This is our first show. How exciting is that?
Very exciting.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
We've now done 50 shows on with our podcast.
50.
Yes.
50 cents.
And now number 1 on Comcast. So
Yes.
I am excited.
I am as well.
So tell me, how are you?
I'm wonderful.
Okay.
And we had a good weekend.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. You
Yes.
want to let the folks know what we did?
Man, we had an awesome weekend out in New Orleans. We had an opportunity to spend some time with some of the infrastructure down there in New Orleans for the 40th annual Bayou Classic.
Yes, we did. And we want to thank, again, Dottie Boletto and her team for just opening their arms, their doors. Everything was just so nice.
Very gracious.
So,
Thank you.
yeah. And we got to celebrate your birthday.
We did indeed.
So happy 65th.
Oh. Okay. All right.
I had to say that
All right.
because
All
my
right.
birthday's right around the corner.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And that'll be 102.
102.
Okay. Good.
102.
I just want to make sure I was in the neighborhood.
Yeah. That's why I love the month of October, because I like to celebrate every day.
Right.
So I just want
Every
to
day.
give you a heads up.
Every day.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So even though we did have a busy weekend, we did watch a lot of football.
We did indeed.
And it seemed like this was actually the weekend to watch. I mean, it was a tough weekend for quarterbacks.
Yes.
Wasn't it?
I tell you what. You know what? Don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Well,
we'll save
you know
that
what?
for later.
Let's get started, because like we always do, it's all about our NFL 5. And
Yes,
BG,
indeed.
you're up.
Give me 5. I got my 5. I got my 5.
All right.
Okay.
So let's give it to him. The NFL Beast of the Week for
The
you.
beast of the week for me is the New Orleans Saints.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
You were
You know,
impressed with the Monday Night Football.
I was indeed. I was. You know, we don't get a chance to see the New Orleans Saints play a full game,
Right.
typically, unless it's, of course, against the Falcons.
Right.
Or unless they're playing prime time.
Yeah.
But, I mean, 2 undefeated teams
Yeah.
going at it. You know what I mean? And New Orleans, I mean, they don't not only showed up.
They showed out. They showed
So,
out. They did.
They got their beast on.
Right, right.
A little Drew Breesy action.
Okay.
Let's see here.
Most impressive team.
Got to be the Broncos.
Has to be.
Has to be the Broncos.
Right.
Man, Peyton Manning is just a machine.
Beast.
That's crazy.
Been beast
man.
since the preseason. That's
Hello?
what's scary.
And I mean, of course, some of his receivers, we do know their names.
Yeah.
But others are like, okay, well, he catches the ball too, huh?
Because I think some of those receivers come from the stands.
It's like the volunteer. Hey, over here,
Right.
over here.
And if you're open, he's going to throw it
he's
to
gonna
you.
hit you. He's going to hit you.
So,
now, my most improved team
yes.
is the Bills.
Okay.
Is the Bills. You know, it's crazy.
So we're still drinking the EJ. That's what I'm
We
hearing.
are. I'm going to tell you what's crazy.
Okay.
They are growing up right before our eyes.
They are.
You know, and it's like, wow.
First of all, the fact that we've actually talked about the Bills for the last 4 weeks is huge.
It's saying an awful lot.
Yeah.
An awful lot.
Yeah.
The thing of it is that, again, you're talking about a very young team.
Right.
They hung in there and got it done.
Yeah.
So, hey, hats off to them.
All right.
My most improved.
All right.
Okay.
So your NFL Buster of the Week.
My buster of the week goes to my Steelers.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And then
mean,
they got beat in jolly old London.
Yes, they got beat down in London. And it didn't go well for
No.
Coach T.
No.
He really had...
And at one point, you did get a glimpse of like the old Steelers.
Yeah.
And then when that 10 seconds was up,
Right. You know what? And we probably need to get into this a little bit later. You know I got some meat for this discussion.
yes,
I really do.
Yes, that could be a whole show.
But it was really sad because, I feel for Coach Tomlin.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. He can coach. And it's just not coming together.
You actually, the Steelers is that one organization where you feel like everybody feels for, because we're not used to seeing them like that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So everybody's kind of like secretly pulling for them.
They haven't been 0-4 since like the 70s.
Yeah.
And it's a tough thing.
Right.
I mean, from the fans' perspective, I mean, we can kind of point that out because,
Right.
you know, it's like, okay, that's what's wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I can't imagine what Coach T is going through.
Well, just the whole organization, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it hurts. It hurts.
All right, so you got to
And
give us your Kool-Aid team of the
my
week.
Kool-Aid team. My Kool-Aid team. The red kind. The Seattle Seahawks.
Them
The
Hawks.
Seattle Seahawks. They
Another team we're constantly talking about.
just won't go away.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
The enthusiasm from this team, they're not as young
Yeah.
as the Bills, but they play like a college team.
But they do have a nice young quarterback.
They do.
And Pete Carroll's enthusiasm is young.
It's infectious.
And can I just point out real quick, he chews gum like I
Like
have never
nobody's business. I mean,
like I have never
Pete
seen it
Carroll.
before.
Pete Carroll is out to hurt some gum.
Right.
I don't know what gum has done to him.
But
Like when he was a kid.
I just wanted to throw that
But,
out there.
yeah.
He can kill some gum.
Can kill. We're talking about like 10 times over.
Right.
I mean, man, he chews the life right out of it.
Right,
He
right.
I'm sure he has to go through at least 3 packs.
He
At least.
it's just interesting to watch.
And we're talking plenty packs. We're not talking about the 35-cent pack.
I would just like to see him chew some Hubba Bubba. I'm just putting it out there.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
That'd be
Yeah.
nice.
Y'all feel me with the Hubba
Yeah,
Bubba.
but he had to have a gator jaw. You know what I mean? So he had to have like, 52 square
Right.
inches of pressure.
Right.
Per tephus.
All right, well, let me drop my NFL 5.
Give us your 5.
So, my NFL Beast of the Week has to go to the 49ers.
Okay.
Because we actually saw a glimpse of them when they beat the Rams. They look like the 49ers, like the team
They showed a little bit of dominance.
that we thought they were going to be
Okay, they showed
this
a little-
season.
Okay, but that was the Rams. So,
Okay, I get it. But it's not like it was the Jaguars. I'm just saying.
right. I mean, you're right.
But-
you make a great point.
But you got a glimpse of the old 49ers.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, so my most impressive team, I got to give it to those Detroit Lions. The way they took down the
Really?
Bears.
Really?
Oh, yeah. To see a lion beat up a bear was a beautiful
my.
thing.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Now, that's interesting.
Okay.
Because, I don't know. I guess I'm looking to see some consistency out of Detroit. Just one time. At
But-
least in 2 phases of the game. At least offensively and defensively.
But see, I think you actually saw that with this game.
You think so?
I did. I did. I mean, they got 40 points. I feel like you saw a glimpse of that.
Right. But I mean, a lot of times the scoreboard doesn't reflect what truly goes on
Yeah.
in the game. 40 points, don't get me wrong, in the NFL is nothing to sneeze
Right.
at. But, I just kind of want to see them look like a well-oiled machine.
So basically,
or-
you're a lion hater. That's what I'm hearing.
No, I'm not a Lion hater.
Okay.
I love the Lions.
I'm just
They
saying.
got one of my homeboys on their coaching
Okay.
staff.
Okay. You mean somebody from FSU?
No, somebody from Duval County.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
All right.
Mr. Sean Jefferson.
Okay. You went way back.
Yeah,
All right, so my most improved team, I got to give it to, and I think our producer said will appreciate that, the Tennessee Titans,
Yeah.
3-1.
Yeah, you would give it
First
up to
of
the
all,
Titans, huh?
well, hey, when have you ever? When's the
one
last
of-
time we said the Titans were 3-1?
One of the
Hello.
teams that hung an L on my Steelers.
See, I didn't even go there.
Yeah.
I didn't even go there.
I mean, when it hurts, it hurts.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
It just hurts.
Hurt so
Yeah.
good.
Not-
Okay.
Not good. Not
Okay.
good. Not good. Cause like a knife. Yeah.
But again, Tennessee Titans, I have to say kudos.
Okay.
I mean, when we talk about the shift in the NFL,
Right.
this
You know
this was
what?
a shift.
I can't argue with you there because they're doing it with a lot less.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, Jake Locker.
And I'm laughing because
Jake Locker.
you guys can't see it, but our producer's doing the running man.
Yeah.
So he's
Locker.
from Nashville. It's all about the Titans. So we
Yeah.
got to give him some love.
Jake Locker, that guy gives you the heebie-jeebies. Jake Locker. Yeah.
All right. So my NFL bust of the week, I have to do the Houston Texans.
Okay.
You're up 20-3.
And then,
And then the Seahawks. Pete Carroll puts a new piece of gum in his mouth.
yes.
And then next thing you know, they go nuts.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm loving it. And then
Take
next
that.
thing you know, it's 23-20.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah. And we'll talk a little bit about them in a second. But yeah, they're our buster.
Kool-Aid.
And my Kool-Aid team of the week.
That was it's kind of obvious. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It really is.
But my flavor is orange.
Okay, Orange.
Because I'm going
All
with
right.
I'm going with the Broncos.
All right, okay, Orange.
I
We'll
am
let you
drinking
have
the
that.
Kool-Aid so much I'm actually full.
Okay, we'll
So,
let you have that.
yeah.
Everybody knows
Yeah.
you're a Manning lover.
I am.
Of
I
the
am.
Peyton kind.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I am a Peyton Manning lover. And you know what? I go to my monthly meetings.
Okay.
I say hi, I'm in love with Peyton Manning. And the other 8 people say hi, Nicole.
Right. Hi, Nicole.
Right.
Yes, I'm in love with Peyton Manning.
But I'm okay with that.
Okay.
So, because we've had a long relationship. He doesn't know it.
Right.
But I've been a fan of his since Tennessee. So that's all I'm saying.
I'll give you that.
All right, so let's talk about some Week 4 highlights. Those Giants, 0-4. The first 0-4 start since 1996. Yeah. And I want to know which 0-4 team is the worst, and we want to hear from you. Use hashtags #SheSaidSports. Let us know on Twitter and Facebook. Which 0-4 team is the worst? You got Tampa Bay, the Steelers, Giants, and the Jaguars. B, which 0-4 team?
And I'm not just saying this.
Okay.
You know, to be biased
All right.
or anything like that.
Yeah.
My Steelers are bad. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But they're not the worst.
Right.
Because, I mean, we saw that game against Minnesota. They do show flashes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and if they keep the ball, perhaps.
Okay. But what you're giving me is she's pretty butt, so I need a team.
No, she don't have a butt face. no, she is pretty. She does not have a butt face.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right.
The Jaguars, man.
Yeah.
The Jaguars.
But you know what? I think it's too easy to possibly pick them because they are the worst. We get that.
Right.
I would say the worst team right now would be the Giants. If you look at their history,
right.
And then all of a sudden, I mean, where have you ever seen Eli Manning get sacked 7 times in a game?
Right.
There's no defense. And then the offense is just.
But here's where I draw the contrast.
Okay.
Okay, the Giants, we know that they can.
Right.
Obviously, they got some inner workings that are just jacked up right about now.
Yeah.
The Jaguars, on the other hand, it starts from the top. You know
that's
what I mean?
true. But what I'm saying is we're kind of used to them. We're used to them being worse.
Yeah,
though.
but that's what I'm saying. When do you ever get it right?
Yeah.
You got a new owner, a new GM down there.
Right.
So when do you ever get it right?
Yeah.
So,
you got a point.
You know, you got to start somewhere. But it starts with the draft, and they didn't draft well. I'm just saying.
Well, you were just talking about him. Jake Locker's hip injury will unfortunately keep him out 4 to 6 weeks. Yeah. So I'm just hoping
Guess
that
he
the
won't be
Titans.
doing the wobble anytime soon.
No.
Get in there.
And I'm just hoping that
Get in there.
the Titans 3-1. You know, they don't lose, and they're not like 3-3.
Yeah, they might.
So
wobble. Who's their backup?
I don't know. What they need to do is call Vince Young.
Right. I mean, to be truthful.
I'm just putting it out there.
To be truthful.
But that's what they need to do.
Get some Vince Young in your life.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
You have a chance.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, he is a proven winner.
Yeah.
So, all right.
The Patriots defensive tackle Vince Wilfork has a torn right Achilles.
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah.
Big man going down.
Big man.
Talking about a colossal man.
Right.
Down. I'm talking about a man look kind of hippo-ish even.
Okay.
Going down.
All right.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. I was just wondering how long this was going to.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
Drew Brees threw for 4 touchdowns. Obviously, like you said, Drew Breesy is a beast.
Okay, now feel me on this. Feel me on this. You know what I mean? And y'all just take this into accountability.
Okay.
When you see Drew Brees playing, do you not just smile?
He makes you happy.
I mean, it's like Drew Brees.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at Drew.
That's it.
Man, this dude is having fun again.
Let me tell you, as you know, my husband is a huge Saints fan.
He is
He's LSU
he
Saints
rocks the
down.
Florida League like no one other.
That's it. So needless to say, he was giddy during the game because it's funny to watch Drew too because he's not a tall guy,
right?
So he almost looks like he's on his tippy toes,
right,
as he's throwing to his folks,
right?
But luckily he's throwing to people who are like, I mean, Jimmy Graham is like what, 6'7", 6'8". Colston
is like 7'20",
right?
Yeah.
Right. So it's just to see him throw. It's just amazing.
I like Drew Breesy though. Yeah, I like to hang out with old Drew.
Speaking of,
have
as
a
far
hand
as
grenade with it.
Wow. Speaking of Peyton Manning, who we were just talking about, he has 16 touchdown passes, tied for the most in NFL history, to begin the season without an interception. So kudos to Peyton Manning. I put that out on Facebook as far as which quarterback is just having like the best game ever.
Right.
And I mean, I've gotten a couple Drews. I've gotten, a couple Peytons.
Right.
And honestly, it's hard. I mean, they're both.
It's not really. It really isn't.
Okay.
Peyton Manning is on a whole nother level. He's like a machine.
Well, I guess what I'm talking about is, I would say Peyton is definitely
right.
is at that level, but Drew I would say is right behind him.
Right.
Definitely right behind him.
I see you got automatic and then you got athletic.
Yeah.
Peyton will find you in a phone booth.
Right.
And then you got Drew giving some time, and the next thing you know, pow.
Yeah.
Right there in the pocket.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so which QB is having the worst week ever? You have Matt Schaub, who was not only booed, but someone burned his jersey in the parking lot after the game. You have Geno Smith, who was looking a lot like Mark Sanchez.
Barbecue jersey.
He suffered a beatdown at the hands of the Titans, 2 fumbles, 2 interceptions, and he did some strange thing with some like behind the back with the football. It was like a LeBron James magic. I think I'm playing football. It was a hot mess.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just put it like that. It was a hot mess.
A little bit confused.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
And then you have Josh Freeman, who was benched by the Bucks. So if I thought about the worst week ever, honestly, I think I'm gonna give it to Matt Schaub.
Josh Freeman. Is he just like a jilted lover now?
I don't know what's going on in Tampa Bay.
Every time you turn around, I want to go.
But what I do find interesting,
I don't like it here anymore.
when they got rid of their old coach, who I liked a lot, who's now at the who's now in Minnesota.
Right.
They said it was him. They didn't like him.
Right.
So now they get this new guy. They're not too crazy about him.
Right.
You guys got to figure out what you want.
And I think we talked about that a little bit previously.
Yeah.
When it comes to Schiano, man,
Yeah.
This is the NFL. I mean, you have to be able to coach men.
Right.
These aren't kids. You're talking about guys whose salaries, make yours look like pennies.
And that's why some don't make it. It's very hard, it's very rare to have that college coach transition. Yeah. And I think Chip Kelly is feeling that, not in the regard of the way he's talking to his players,
right?
But I think he thought it was going to be a lot easier than what he thought.
But somehow I kind of feel like Chip Kelly is the type of coach that will make the adjustment.
He will, and I think he's doing that.
Schiano, I don't think
so.
Not so
and
much.
you can kind of tell once the temperament and the team is not good, like you said, that comes from
everything else. Just
that's it.
The wheels start to fall off.
That's it. All right, folks. So what we also like to do, and that's what She Says Sports, is talk about what's hot in sports right now.
Hot.
So as you all know, the biggest college game had to be LSU and Georgia. It doesn't get any bigger than that.
Man.
Yeah. So B, what I want to know from you is Georgia for real? Should we start sipping the Georgia Kool-Aid, or should we just say slow down? It was just one game.
I think we should say slow down. It was just one game.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why.
All right.
Georgia's playing great football right now.
Yeah.
And they actually have raised the bar when the tough teams have come to play. But you don't need a tough team in order for you to play well.
Right.
You need to play well anyway.
Yeah.
Irregardless as to who the competition is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that kind of worries me a little bit.
And I feel like Georgia does this all the time. They have that one hot game.
Right.
And then they start feeling themselves. And then they'll possibly lose another 2 or maybe another 1.
Right.
So I really do. I'm like you. I think everybody needs to just slow down.
Slow it down.
But I will tell you all, there was some good news out of LSU. LSU's Death Valley Stadium was voted the loudest college stadium. So
I can believe
got to
that.
give them, a little something.
But that game was just like.
I love the back and forth.
That game was just incredible, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that game left you speechless.
That game looked like a pro game.
It was definitely a heavyweight match.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
A slugfest.
So, but I was just kind of
I'm sorry. I just said slug.
Needless to say, my husband wasn't happy. The Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
He just couldn't do it.
Yeah, he wasn't happy at all.
So USC gave Lane Kiffin the boot just after a blowout by Arizona State. 6 hours after the game ended, athletic director Pat Hayden fired Kiffin at the Trojans' private airport terminal.
Same thing.
Yep, same thing in Los
Terminal,
Angeles when the team
same thing.
plane returned from Arizona. So can you imagine you're in the parking lot and your boss said, "Psst, can I see you for a minute?"
Hey, Lane, look here, man.
Yeah.
Look here. No. No, leave that iPad there. No, leave that iPad there. Matter of fact, leave the jacket and that visor.
Yeah. So needless
to
say, I had to tweet out, there are some happy people in Tennessee, and lo and behold, I actually heard from some people in Tennessee who are having fun with it.
No doubt.
So do you think this is karma at its best, or is this Lane Kiffin's time?
Around, come back around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, you got to be careful how you do this thing, man. I mean, you really do.
Right.
You know, the same for what's his face who crept out of and like a thief in the night.
You talk about the Falcons?
Yeah. Oh, he gonna get his too. What is he at now? Like Western Kentucky?
I don't know. I
was
gonna say North Cobb, but
exactly. Okay. Now that's where he will be.
Right.
So, yeah.
UConn also got fired. Happy. They fired their coach Paul Pasqualoni after an 0-4 start. This was just his 3rd year, but he said they said you got to go, and actually he was fine with that.
Right.
But look at that man's face. He was like, yeah, let this end.
You know what? That's crazy. How do you coach 2 college teams basically in the same area?
Right.
Because he coached at Syracuse for years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why fire him? I mean, he gave, the Maize and Blue all they could stand.
But okay, but then somebody might ask, why fire Kiffin?
Kiffin got to go. He doesn't have to go home, but he got to get up out of there.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Kiffin has got to go.
That's what I'm saying. Former Texas running back, Heisman Trophy winner, and NFL Hall of Famer Earl Campbell thinks it's time for Coach Mac Brown to go. So I thought that was interesting.
I love Earl Campbell.
Oh, I've always been a fan.
Remember those Skull Bandit commercial?
I've always been a fan of Earl Campbell, and I just thought it was interesting that everybody's been talking about it, but it's like once Earl Campbell said it,
it's gospel.
It was like E.F. Hutton.
It's gospel. Everybody, you can hear crickets chirping.
Right.
Mac got to go.
Yeah. Even Mac Brown was like, what?
Yeah. Are you serious?
Right.
Did you just say that out loud?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mac was pretty shocked on that one, I'm sure.
Yeah. You're going to love this one. Michael Jordan has said recently in an interview that he could actually beat LeBron James in a one-on-one, but he could not beat Kobe because Kobe has actually stole some of his moves. Now, again, this is Michael saying that in his prime, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, okay.
Not today, not 50-year-old MJ,
right.
but in his prime. What do you think?
That's an interesting thought. You know, because Mike had...
I would love to see it. I would have loved to have seen it.
had moves. So, that's a very interesting thought.
Right.
And I'd like to say, you know what? I want to say Mike would probably pull that off. But I don't know. If it got a little physical, you know, you're talking about the posting up aspect.
I mean, think how big LeBron is.
Mike doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah. I mean, think about what Mike in his prime. I mean, he was big and he had lifted.
Right.
But he still was not.
Mike had to get to that point.
Yeah.
LeBron came out the womb that big.
Right.
You know,
LeBron's been that big since he was like, what, 5?
3rd grade. Yeah.
So, let me see. How would you like to eat 9,000 calories a day, a diet consisting of double cheeseburgers, donuts, and milkshakes, and you had to for the sport you played?
What?
All I have to say is that's a dream of mine.
Oh my God.
Well, Lolo Jones is trying to do that. You know, she's being a part of, the U.S. bobsled team.
Right.
And for bobsledding, the mantra is mass pushes mass. So she had to gain weight. And she said she's 3 pounds shy of her goal weight, I guess, of 160. But according to her, she still looks good.
Okay.
But I'm like, really?
Her goal weight is 160?
Yeah.
Come on, Lolo.
Well, the woman's got to gain weight.
I tell you what, though.
Okay.
If she's some of those donuts that we had in Slidell, boy, she'd have that badonka-dunk back there quicker than she thinks.
Yeah, it's because of those donuts in Slidell. I got to do extra on the treadmill this weekend. But I digress.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, the NHL season starts today.
Nice.
You ready for hockey?
Go Hawks.
Is anybody ready for hockey?
Go Hawks.
Oh, okay, you think they're gonna do it again?
You know, I you know what? I don't know, but I tell you what, they were extremely fun to watch.
Right.
And, you know, I'm not a hockey fan, you know, because I'm a warm guy.
Right.
You know, Floridian. You know, so I mean, I'm fine with it.
Right.
You know, if they can repeat.
Right. Well,
I mean, they were exciting. You know what I mean? Because I mean, and they caught my eye. I mean, although you know, I'm not like that. I mean, sports are sports, but I mean, they were exciting to watch.
Oh yeah.
So I would love to see them at least make the playoffs again.
Yeah. I mean, I think like you said, anytime a champion comes in, you're always kind of wondering what's going to happen, but it'll be interesting. It's going to be a long season.
Yeah. NHL.
We want to say rest in peace and send our condolences to the family of the Steelers great L.C. Greenwood, who died at the age of 67. In the 1970s, Mr. Greenwood was part of the Steelers Steel Curtain. He played for the Steelers from 1969 to 1981, helping Pittsburgh win 4 Super Bowls in just a 6-year span. So,
yes, definitely, man.
Yeah.
And definitely our condolences go out to the family because, man, L.C. Green was one of my favorite players, man, on that defense.
Yeah.
You know, he and Mean Joe, you know, where other people liked, you know, the big name players.
Right.
You know, players like him and Donnie Shell and Ron Johnson.
silent but deadly.
Yeah, man. You know, plus,
Silent but deadly.
You know, and you know, here's what's interesting. You know, because my brother's also a Steelers fan because we started liking the Steelers right around the same time. Because, you know, me being a little bit younger, he kind of pointed him in that direction.
Yeah.
But my brother still recalls the time we were sitting watching the Super Bowl, and I was asking him, I was like, why does he have on tan shoes?
Right.
You know, why does he have on brown shoes?
Right.
Those are church shoes. And my brother had explained to me, his cleats are just that color. You know,
oh, okay.
They're actually not church shoes.
Right.
So, yeah, you know, one of my fondest memories of L.C. Greenwood, but he'll certainly be missed.
Yeah, definitely. All right, folks, you are listening and also watching That's What She Said Sports. And again, I'm Nicole Monique, and I'm with my co-dude, BG.
Yep.
And it's now time for Beast and Busters.
Bust a bus.
All right, so we have to give a big Beast shout-out to Jimmy Johnson, who took the checkered flag for a record 8th time at Dover International Speedway.
Shake and bake.
Don't even get me started. You know, we can quote that whole movie.
Yes, ma'am.
Also want to give a big B shout out to skipper Jimmy Spithill and the Oracle Team USA for winning.
Wait a minute. Jimmy Spithill?
Spithill.
He spit on the hill.
Spithill. Did you feel a little of that as I was talking? Is that what was going on?
You know what? But it's fine because it was cool.
Okay.
All right. Because it was cool.
And the Oracle Team USA for winning the America's Cup, having one of the greatest comebacks in sports history. Basically, Team USA was down like 8 of the different challenges they had to do.
Right.
New Zealand was ahead, and they just came behind like never before and won it.
Right.
So
now that goes on for like days, right?
Oh yeah.
like a month, I want to say, because it seems like
it goes on for a while. Okay. So that's why it's considered one of the greatest comebacks. So I want to give a big shout out to Team USA. And I thought this is interesting. You sent this to me. We just talked about that, but you said you want to give a big beast to the USC brass for putting Lane off the bus.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Hey, let's not prolong this, sir.
Right.
Let's not. Hey, Lane, come here.
Right.
Come here, Lane. Let me speak with you.
Yeah.
You know, Pat Hayden got a little gangster in him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he probably grabbed him by the elbow.
But you know what? I have to applaud them because a lot of times some big schools, they just won't do it.
Nope.
You know what I mean?
Nope.
So this is actually a pretty big thing.
And see, and I hope Pat takes his money too. Tell him to repay that money as well, Pat.
All right, so now it's time for our busters.
Boss of boss.
And really the only buster that we have, and I think it's a big one personally, all those who burned Matt Schaub's jersey, really? And let me tell you something. The guy who started it was a $200 jersey.
They got money to blow.
$200?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Barbecue jersey for $200.
And is it worthy to burn a jersey? See how I tried to do that?
Nice. Try it again, because I was.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do it again.
I was feeling that. Is it worthy to burn a jersey?
And we're only in week 4.
Right.
Don't you think it's a little early?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
It is a little early for the barbecue jersey.
Right.
For the barbecue jersey brigade.
You don't burn a jersey till at least week 10, people.
At least.
Hello.
At least.
Okay. All right, folks. So remember, it is October, and not only is it my birthday month, I know, but it's also Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So remember to represent with your pink.
Nice.
Whether it's a T-shirt, sweatshirt, or whatever. And remember, the NFL, they're going to be rocking their pink too in support of breast cancer awareness. So, and if you ever need any additional information, to always go to the American Cancer Society as well.
Absolutely. And real men wear pink.
That's it. That's it. So as always, folks, this has been exciting. We're excited to be on Comcast. We hope you are too. And remember, you can catch us on our podcast on Podbean and also iTunes, and on Comcast Channel 25 at 10 a.m. on Saturday mornings. And BG, what you think? How do you think this first show went?
Very good.
Yeah.
Enjoyable.
Yeah.
It didn't feel as different as I thought it might.
No, not yet.
Look,
not
not yet, right?
Yet.
Yeah, not until we do hair and makeup.
Right.
You know, so.
And remember, if you can't catch us on Comcast, you can always go to our YouTube channel too and catch the show there. So, and it's also important to visit our website, twssports.com. We have some great posts. In fact, one of our contributors, Hard Knocks, just put a post on there on Rex Ryan, and we always have new poll questions and just fun stuff out on our site. And follow us on Twitter. I'm at TWSS Sports, BG.
And I'm at Big BG, the number 1.
And be sure to like us on Facebook and Google+. And as always, BG, any last words?
Nope. Just make sure you love us. You'll see us now at least once a week. So look what we did for you. It's all for you. And as always, in parting, the BG stands for Be Good. Till next time.
Till next time, folks. Our little shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
Right.